Good morning, guys. It is a beautiful Monday morning, actually, start of the work week. It's been a while since I talked to you guys, and actually a lot has changed. So let me first start off with saying I undid a lot of my camber in the rear. So now I have about matching camber. It used to be -17 and now it's only -10. All I did was just reduce my arms all the way. That was a pretty cool thing I did. Let's see, I turned 21, which is really cool. I got a new job and I need to start moving all my tools over there. I'll talk about that more in a little bit. I also got a shop light in here. So if you can see how bright it is back there now versus that, you know, now I got a nice light back here. So yeah, I've just had a lot going on and haven't really been able to make a video, or I could have, but I just don't know what to make a video of. However, I think I'm able to vlog at my new shop. So I work at Leistung Performance. I work at a performance shop now. I'm a technician there. I do any kind of mechanical work, really. If you guys need anything done, you know, front mount intercooler installed, oil change, brakes, tires, anything like that, you can come by our shop and we'll help you out for a good price. I do also still daily drive my Z. It sucks, but we're already this deep on it, so we're just gonna continue. Before I take off, I need to load up some more of my important tools for work, and then we will get going. My main size toolbox is already at the shop, so I'll just be able to go and put those in there. It's just a easier way of transporting them. That is hoping that they don't flip on me, because that would really stink. I'm also bringing a Bluetooth speaker today, because I usually work out back behind the shop, and if I can listen to music, definitely makes the day go by a little bit quicker. So let's get on the road. So I'm leaving a couple minutes early just so I can run and get gas. It's only like a half hour away to get to the shop, but I'm what you would call over prepared. I usually leave about 45 minutes in advance. My dad instilled it in me when I was a kid. I'd rather be an hour early than a minute late, and that makes a lot of sense to me, so we are rolling out. Yeah, my thing's saying 39 miles till empty. Just beaching on my garage, no big deal. Since this car is my daily, you know, the ride height does suck. The new camber settings are pretty nice, but it doesn't really suffice. It still is pretty slammed. I put a clip of my car scraping this week on Instagram. I'd love to get someone filming with this camera, but I'll show you that right now.
I got diamonds jumping on my neck and wrist. Oh, your chain yellow, bitch, you left the jewel abyss. Yeah, I will be too if my diamonds ain't dance like this. Diving in that water, that's just how I got my drip. I skate the whip, Tony. I skate the whip like Tony. I skate the whip, Tony.
Alright, I'm gonna get gas and then I'll show you guys like getting on the highway, because I think I scraped there. What? It just says weed. I know it's probably supposed to say weed man or something, but it just says weed. Alright, I gotta get on the highway right up there. I don't think the turn's too bad, but I think like every bridge I hit, I frame on pretty good. Whoa! I also think I busted my exhaust real bad on something. So when I really give it gas, I can hear my exhaust like slapping the ground. Which, you know, I should fix. We're coming up on our first bridge. I don't think this one's too bad, we'll see. Nah, maybe the top. Oh, fuck. Yo, that was one of those reflectors, by the way. I've been told you guys about those things. That's what they sound like. I told you, I can hear them disintegrate beneath my car. Oh! That shot sparks. So yeah, this is basically the daily life of a super slammed car. It's scary. Alright, I'm off the highway now. I'm about to make the turn onto the road that my shop's on. And this road is dookie, to say the least. If you ever want to see the Z though, it is my daily driver, like I said. So it's at Leistung Performance 5 days out of the week. We're located in Wendell, and if you stop by, you should poke your head in and just say Lowso sent you by or something like that. That'd be pretty cool. So I can start building a repertoire. You know what I mean? That'd be pretty sick. We're located like a little bit in the country, as you see. Yeah, I'm framing a little on this road, that's for sure. There it goes. Alright, well, I've arrived. Boy, Jackie showed up. He was working here today. Yesterday was his last day because he's going back to Emerald Isle, but we got the condiment crew out. We got mustard and ketchup, so I think he's gonna rip a burnout later. So that'll be very cool. So that was Jackie's celebratory burnout. He's hiding behind the shop now, just because that was technically a public road. And still got many burnouts left on these. Yeah, they're kind of hot. Thought they'd be hotter. We also have the one and only Trap God Ron's 350Z sitting here. He also works here at Leistung with me. He is halfway through putting it together because he's doing front camber on it. He's Sudani'd the rear, he's Sudani'ing the front, and keeps getting the wrong knuckles or something like that, I believe. I had him over and I was going to put him in a video last time, but his car looked like this back then too, and I was like, well, I guess I'll wait until he puts it back together, but here we are like months later and it still looks like this. So now I'm in a car that I'm driving home. This is just one of those cars we have to put miles on to make sure nothing's wrong with it in the future. Oh, it sounds like it might have an exhaust. Lovely. No radio. Oh. Oh. Alright, so we have no radio. So I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think this car was anything worth looking at twice. And then I kind of got on the gas a little bit. Holy crap, this thing is crazy. It's got definitely a short throw shift kit. Whoa, this thing is nuts. I thought it was like a bone stock Volkswagen Jetta. And it might be, but man, when the boost kicks in, it hits hard. This thing feels great. Wow. She's so sweet. She doesn't like being picked up too much. It's taken a long time to get there. Just always positive reinforcement. So today's the next day. I haven't really done a whole lot. I have copyrighted music playing, so hold up. Anyway, so I brought home that Mk5 Jetta last night. It wasn't having issues at first, and then the boost started cutting out really bad, and I think it's misfiring on a cylinder or something like that. But sadly, I'm like a half hour away from Leistung now, and I have my little code scanner, but we'll see how much I can really do with it. I'm gonna try to just clear the codes and get it back over there, but it was run like pretty poorly yesterday. Luckily, Trap God Ron has a tow truck, or not a tow truck, but a truck that can tow, and we have a trailer. So worst comes to worst, we'll have him come get us. But I don't think that'll be an issue. So let's get out there and take a look at it. So yeah, nothing too crazy or different about this car. It has bolt-ons. It actually does have a couple things done under the hood, so I'll pop the hood in a second. But from the outside, as you can see, it looks basically stock. I don't know what happened there. That wasn't anything we did. So this thing has a little KO4 bolted on back there. It has obviously an intake, front mount air core. I believe it has a front mount. Maybe not. Maybe a side mount. I don't know. The real problem with this motor is that it keeps getting oil into the injectors. That could be caused by a lot of things, but we're not really sure what it is at this point. It was doing it only in cylinder 2, and now overnight it switched to being cylinder 1. Actually, whoa! So that might have been it. So those coil packs are just popped up. Wow. Mechanics, guys. Easy stuff. I bet it'll run great now. Huh. If you're wondering what being a mechanic is like, it's kind of like that. So it looks like this is Bosch, and this one is Bosch, and the two that popped up were made by Delphi. So those must have been replaced, or those must have not been replaced, one or the other, but I'm pretty sure Bosch is stock on these, so that's interesting. Maybe we need to get a more OEM style. I also see that they're not bolted in. I see a bolt there, but they feel a lot more solidly connected than these. These are still, even though I pushed them down, I feel like still kind of floating in there a little. But that should get us there at least now. This was another thing we found on it. It was originally had a line going back towards the firewall because it had a boost gauge at one point and didn't anymore, so that was an open line running from the intake. I thought it would just be as easy as capping off that nipple that the line was attached to. However, you're supposed to use something like this so that it doesn't create back pressure, or I don't exactly know. I'll have to ask my boss Ramon about that again, but something like that. It doesn't create back pressure now, or positive vacuum, so it's better to do it with that instead of just capping it off. This is my little baby scanner. It is still made by Matco, but it's a little baby scanner. It does what it needs to. It'll pull the codes for me and stuff. Alright, so oxygen sensor. Yep. Random misfire and misfire cylinder 1. So I'm going to clear those out. They said permanent DTC, so I'm not sure if they'll erase. See, it says erase request has been sent, but I'm not sure if it actually erased the codes. Alright, so all the same codes are still in there. Let's start it up. Let's just see what happens. Engine light went away. Takes a little bit to heat up, I guess. So I'm pretty sure, and by pretty sure I mean basically positive, that those coil packs were our problem last night. Was that the only problem? That I do not know. We will find out. It was cutting out really, really bad. Like, really, really bad last night. I should have filmed it, but my camera died. And I was like, oh, I'll just show them in the morning because it's probably still going to be doing it, and I'm probably going to have to get it towed. But hopefully not. It seems like it's doing good right now. I'll have to really see when I get out onto the road. making boost like crazy. So I'm gonna get it back to the shop, and it's probably gonna rain today and F up my whole schedule, but that is okay. I'm a ricer with boost. Alright, so it happened again while I was on the highway, and I figured it would. It's usually only when you're getting in boost is when it's gonna happen, and I'm guessing it did the same exact thing and just popped a spark plug out. But you'll hear it when I downshift here probably. I don't even want to get into boost really, but you can hear it's probably misfiring. Probably definitely misfiring. Just to explain to you guys again, the only reason I'm getting into boost in this car and stuff like that is because that's where we need to find the problem. Clearly, because that's when this is happening. We don't want to give the customer's car back and have them get 2 miles down the road, hit boost once, and be like, dude, it did it right away as soon as I did that. So it's like if you took your car to a shop and said, hey, can you figure out why my car doesn't do burnouts, and then being upset that they did a burnout in your car when they fixed it, you know what I mean? It's like I have to figure out somehow, and I have to create the problem that the customer is having so I can solve it. I just want to clarify that I'm not out here excited to beat on people's cars. It is fun, I love boost, yeah, who doesn't? It's hard not to, but I would never unnecessarily do this to a customer's car, and I wouldn't do it if there wasn't a reason. So, just clarifying that so you guys don't get anything confused about our shop and the way we treat vehicles. And we have arrived. Yep. That's exactly what it was. Same exact problem. May have been working on getting the head off this jaunt. Tome's new to the tech life, but he's loving it so far. Oh, yeah. He's killing it, man. Ducked this motor out this week. What's left?
I gotta send this out to the machine shop and the block out back.
Right.
And then put it back together.
Oh yeah. Easy peasy. Ooh.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's definitely blocked.
Definitely had a blown head gasket. You can see a lot of weird detonation. That cylinder looks gummy. Sheesh. You can see a little bit of buildup right there. So that's the head gasket. Where did it go? Doesn't look like it blew out really in between.
It's probably like a bad leak.
Yeah.
See on that.
Oh yeah, that's not good. Well, that's why the motor had to come out. So I'm over in a bay that's not really mine. I don't know if we really have set bays here yet, but I'm working over in the lead techs here. He's got a really nice box. Shout out to Brandon, really cool guy too. He also bought this AC unit over here, which is awesome. I'm currently tearing apart the rear brakes on this thing. It's getting drilled and slotted rotors, even though it doesn't run, but that's fine. I need to fill up this tire with air. It's got a lot of stretch though. Not a lot. It doesn't really have fitment to back up the lowering either, but that's okay. So I'm just gonna tear this apart and I'll show you guys the new brakes when they're going in. If you guys make music or beats or anything like that, please shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'm trying to find cool music that I can be using for my videos that will not get me copyrighted. So shout out to Germ Lean so far, really cool guy. Hit me back in the DMs right away and said go for it. This brake rotor is now ready to come off. Just gotta tap it off. If living up north taught me one thing, it is that heat will solve 95% of stuck bolts and stuck rotors and stuck anything problems. So, here's the old one, all done and retired for the rest of its life now. I was saying that hot, I thought it would be. I say this a lot in a lot of my videos about a lot of different things, but this is aluminum anti-seize, and I'm just going to give it a thin coat on the back end of this thing. Get it in the lug holes a little bit, why not? Just because this thing's been sitting outside. And if I ever have to take off the brakes again, which statistically I will more than likely have to take off these brakes, or if not me, someone else will. So do it right the first time and you won't have to do it again painfully the second time. So now that that's on, put the rotor back on, make sure it fits correctly and stuff. Luckily it does, because I told them it would. And I was really hoping it would. And I was pretty sure it would. Also, for these little bolts right here that I'm messing with, that little tiny one that holds on the rotor, a lot of people will over tighten those, and when you try to take them back out, they break and it stinks. So I have a 1/4 inch. I'm gonna barely use any force. I'm just gonna get it seated on there like that, and then I'm gonna take it and do probably a 1/4 turn with this thing if it'll even let me. And if it doesn't, then I'll probably just leave it. Perfect. That's as tight as it needs to get. You don't need to over tighten it. It has no other purpose besides just holding the rotor on when everything else is off. So it is perfectly fine the way it is. This is another mistake that people make when doing brakes usually, is they'll forget to pull out these sliding pins. If you find them seized, which if you've worked on cars you've probably found one of these seized at some point, then you'll realize that's usually the issue. I've done brakes, put them all back together and drove it and been confused as to why the problem didn't fix itself, but I learned later it was just my negligence of not paying attention to what I was doing. So I take them out, I clean them off like this, and then I have, it is silicone brake caliper grease and dielectric compound. So I'm going to put a little bit like that on there and rub it around, and now when I put it back in, I'll kind of corkscrew it back in to make sure I'm getting the lube all over everywhere, just like that. Pop the boot back. Awesome. These aren't seized. If they're seized, trust me, you'll know. It will not be that easy to pull it out. So this kit from API did not come with retaining clips, so that is no problem. I'm just going to put that same dielectric compound on there in a second here. I just want to eye up these pads to make sure they're the correct ones and the same as the others, which they kind of look different already, which is worrying me. And they're the wrong pad. So, well, this is when I call my boss and I say, Joe, what happened? What happened, Mr. Joe? Wrong pads.
Alright, well, I guess just leave it on. Let me get the right pads tomorrow.
Alright, we'll do. I'm gonna still try to tear apart that BMW.
Alright, sounds good, bro.
Alright, cool. I'll talk to you.
Later.
Well, so I guess I'm gonna leave this huge mess I got on the ground here and deal with it tomorrow in the morning, because tomorrow's Sunday, so Brandon won't be here to be upset about his day. My camera doesn't have a ton of life, but I'll try to show you some of the stuff we got sitting around. This thing needs to get its brakes bled at the moment. I reprogrammed the ABS module earlier this week on it. This Volkswagen Passat is getting a valve body for the transmission. I pulled this thing apart and it's got something going on with this trans. So we're gonna be replacing that whole part right there. This thing I believe has a blown up motor. That's a blown up motor. That was in a bad front accident and I'm repairing the front end of it. Luckily it wasn't any frame damage for the most part. You can see I bent up this a little bit to get it back into shape, and like this small piece here, but yeah, it didn't really bend up the frame, so just needs a new fender, front bumper, and core support, shit like that. This is a part out car. I think another part out car. This one's getting a motor. This is the motor you guys saw Tome pulling apart earlier today. I guess this is the remains of that motor. Oh no, that's the transmission on the ground there. The motor's still inside, I believe. He got that thing out in 5 hours though, so big up to Tome. Obviously we have my Z still sitting here, Ron's Z still sitting here. This Z back here just got a timing belt done. Me and Ron kind of double teamed that one. He took it apart, I put it back together. This R8 is getting the whole front end rebuilt on it because it was in a pretty gnarly accident actually on the way to come here. Silver Audi in the back right there has a blown motor, we think. The Xterra, just a bunch of little stuff that piles up. That's the red Mk5 I was driving and will be driving again. I put coil packs in it already. Touareg with a blown fuel pump. We got a lot going on around here, to say the least. We're busy people. We don't just stand around. A lot of part out stuff going on here. Ooh, I have to try to pull the side mirror off of this thing today before I head out. That's what I'm doing last. But as you can see, door does not open, so I'm gonna try to get in there somehow. He said we're not trying to save the trim, so cool with me. And this is the monster. This is my boss Joe's car. There's an Audi S4, stock supercharger and stuff. Really, I think just a lot of bolt-ons. He's got plans for it. He's got stuff going on, so won't blow up his spot too much. But he's gonna be putting this thing back together. I think I'm actually gonna be helping him a lot with it. I didn't mention either of these, but I believe these are both part outs as well. So if you guys need Mark 6 parts, or I think that's an Audi A4 right there, then let us know. This is definitely going to be a little bit of a content shift for me, since you guys are so used to seeing Japanese stuff on my channel. I messed with Fitz BMW once, and I've messed with my brother's car a couple times on the channel, but now it looks like I'm going to be headed in a mostly German direction with the channel for a little bit. Obviously I still have my Z, and that's still what I'm pursuing, but I do think I might pick up another little daily to have fun with and put some time and money into. I have my eyes on a type of car already, but I haven't found one yet, so just know that I think I'm going to transition more towards German stuff now that I'm here, and I want to make the most of my experience at a German performance shop. As far as this thing, this is where it's going to sit for the night. I'm just going to make sure it's sitting down on locks so that it doesn't slide overnight. I don't think it will, because this bay is pretty nice. There we go, down on locks now. Just because it's so hot out and my camera's almost dead, I'm going to set my camera down for a little bit while I'm trying to pull out that passenger side rear view mirror or side mirror, and I'll let you know if I get it, and if I don't, I tried. And okay, the camera died there, but I pulled off the last thing I had to do today. I had to remove the side mirror off of that part out BMW sitting in front. So now I'm driving the GTI here home again. That is actually, whoa, that is the lead technician. That's the lead tech right there on the bike in front of me, actually, Brandon. He stopped by, luckily at a very good time, because I just locked myself out of the shop with the wrong car key, so luckily he came in and helped me out. Well, I just made it home with the Mk5. It drove great. Everything seems good on it. A check engine light did come back on, but I'm guessing it's because those codes are permanent. So I'm going to pull it in my garage and unplug the battery overnight, and that should take care of the codes. We went back to like a Bosch OEM style coil pack. We can't go fully OEM because it does have a KO4 on there and it needs a little bit better spark and stuff like that. But I guess that's really it for this one, guys. I'm really excited about the new direction my whole life is taking at Leistung and stuff like that. So drop a subscribe down below, and we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.